Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking to this video. Are you planning to take G1, G2 or G full driving test in Canada, probably in Ontario, probably in any other provinces? In this video you will learn my story, the coaching part and the crucial life hacks that will lead you to your G1 pass. So if you're interested, subscribe, like this video and keep watching until the very end. And let's start it. So part number one, preparation. I didn't have very much time to prepare because I realized that I didn't have a lot of time after my arrival, and I have heard that story that you have only 60 days after your arrival to go and to take G1 test or to get your licenses. Otherwise your past experience in Russia, like my experience was in Russia, wouldn't be considered here. And that's why I believed in this story, and I understood that, oh, I have very little time left before my 60 days will expire. And I started preparing myself. I got only 5 days to really prepare with applications on my phone, and I also took several tests on the websites. I will attach all the links in the description below. And after completing several tests, I started searching how people are reviewing that place. What are the advices, what are the ideas, how they got through that experience. And the first place where I went to was Google reviews, and there I scrolled down, and the mark and the rating was just 2.5 out of 5, or maybe 2 and 2 out of 5. And I was just like, wow, that's an interesting thing, because I tried to understand what time is better to go there, and also how I should behave, and what are the rules are there, and actually why those reviews were not that great, because lots of people told that I waited 5 hours in the line outside just because there were so many people, everyone just standing in that line. It is very cold outside, and system is working very slow. I understood that no way I would be able to stay 5 hours just because I have so many things to do. And I decided, well, okay, if that is 5 hours probably in the middle of the day, why I wouldn't go to the very beginning of their working hours. So for you to understand, the drive test in Kitchener, Ontario works from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, and also they work on Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I wanted to go on the weekday, and I was there at 6:30 on Friday. And on my first attempt there were 5 people ahead of me, and I thought, wow, people are actually preparing for this journey, for this experience, and they are actually planning to go there as early as possible. And to be there at 6:30, I woke up at 4:40 a.m. It was very hard, but still I have done this, because in my mind, in my head was every time, it is just one time, it is just for getting my licenses, and that will be it, and I will be okay. My first time was very quick, because at 7:10 I was already inside, and there were 3 officers who were working on that day, and I will tell you that it was Friday. And I also was prepared to bring all my documents from Russia to actually prove that I have my experience. And my document was the letter from the insurance company, which will prove that I didn't have any records or I didn't have any accidents on my car back in Russia. And I thought that will be enough, but I will tell you that from the very beginning, the person who was talking to me, she told me that you have to bring us the document which will be officially from the office or from that organization that gave you your licenses. And I just told her, like, in Russia, our driving officers, they didn't do any kind of such letters in English especially. She told me, well, you have your consulate here in Toronto, you can go to them, you can bring them your documents and they will translate for you and have your record ready, and we will take your letter from them, and afterwards we will acknowledge your driving experience in Russia. I was just like, well, okay, let's just first do G1 test and then I will understand everything about the proof of my Russian experience. And I went there. There were 2 tests for 20 questions. You may have only 4 mistakes out of all 40 questions to pass this exam. I will tell you that I was struggling with some questions, but in the very end I understood that I didn't have just 1 point, so I got 5 mistakes out of 4 possible. And I thought that I will come back to the hall and I would pay for 1 more attempt. And then I will come back to the room with the computers and do my test again. But she told me, well, I'm sorry, you have to go outside and wait in the line over there, just because that is a rule. And I was just like, seriously? I just went here, it was everything okay, and I needed to go back there and stand in that line. And she was just like, yes. And I was like, wow, that's not great. And I decided to come next day because I didn't have time on that every day to stay that huge line, because when I went outside it was approximately 20 or 30 people already over there. It was very cold, I wasn't prepared with my clothes, and I just decided to go next day. I went home and I googled everything that is connected with bringing all my documents to the Russian consulate in Toronto. I will briefly tell you, you may not go to the consulate in Toronto, you may just send all their documents to them, and what you need to send to them. First is money order, and for the November 2029 you should send to them $63. For that you need just to go to your bank and tell them that I need to send my money order, can you do this for me? And the charge will be about $9, and that's it. Then you need to sell them your original Russian or the driving license of your country. Next, you will need to send them 2 copies of your driving licenses. And I also sent them some letter just in informal style in Russian, what I want them to do and why I'm sending all those documents to them. And I also sent that letter from my insurance company back in Russia, proving that I didn't have any accidents back in Russia. The most crucial thing that you need to send to them is the notarized copy of your passport, of your ID. And that was one more journey that I led. I just went to the company Notary Pro and they proved that that copy of the passport is the right one, and they notarized it with the stamp. And also you need to send them an envelope which they will use to send all your documents back. And I decided to go right on the next day, on Saturday, and I again searched for the earliest bus that I can take to that place. And on Saturday they start work at 8:30 a.m. and I thought, okay, if I will go up to the 7:30, like an hour before, that will be much better. And like the earliest bus that I could take possibly on that morning was to arrive there at 7 a.m. So I went there, and my disappointment was right after when I get out of the bus that there were already, I believe, 20 people ahead of me. Like at 7:30 a.m. when it's still 1 hour before they will open. So the thing is that on Saturday they have a huge line. There are much more people, so you need to understand this. And also I spoke with the person who is working there, and she advised me to go either on Wednesday or on Thursday, so you need to be aware of this as well. Wednesday or Thursday, that is the best time ever, and best time ever to go as early as you can. So my second time, 20 people ahead of me, but the better thing was that inside there were not 3 but 5 officers right now working and helping people to solve all their questions. So what I've done, I just talked with the person who was behind of me, and I told him I will be right back. What I've done, I've decided and I realized that if I wouldn't move right now, if I wouldn't just go or have a bit of jogging or running, I wouldn't sustain here. I would be really cold. And what I've done, I just sort of book my place over here. I've told him that I will be right there, and I've done amazing walk around the neighborhood over there. And I'm just walking. It was the time right before the Halloween, and I've seen lots of interesting decorations of people's houses. And then I got back and everything was just the very same. The line was very same. They didn't open, they haven't been opened already. This time I got inside, I just paid, I believe, $14. And for you to take the initial test and to take the driver's license, you need to pay $90 upfront, and then when you come back you need to take one more time to retake the G1 test. I've paid this money and I went again to this room with lots of computers. I sat there and I was very concentrated because right now I didn't have 2 tests. I had only 1 test because previously, like on the day before, I screwed only 1 test out of 2. So I went 20 questions were amazing, and 1 test actually is about signs only, and the second test is about all other rules. And I had to retake only the second one. So I understood that I will have only 20 questions. I have the same 4 mistakes that I may have. And also the very interesting point that they have translation of the test to the several languages. I believe there are probably 15 or 18 languages that they have there, and there were translations for the Russian version as well. But as long as I prepared for the English version, I've decided to go with English one. But also you can, in the middle of your solving your questions, you can go and translate it. So you need to go to the settings button, then language, then Russian, and then you will see the very same question in Russian, and then you can do the same process back to come to English. And it's with lots of different languages. I don't know every one of them, but you can check this on their website as well. And that is free, and that is very convenient, because even though I was prepared in English, I could better understand what they are thinking in Russian, because there wasn't all questions that I actually knew the answers for. So yeah, in the middle of the test, I understood that I have only several questions more, and I still will pass because I have only 2 mistakes right now. And overall, I had only 3 mistakes and I passed this exam, and I was very happy and grateful that everything was working. So that was my second time over there and I have passed. from the second time my G1, and I was very, very happy. So on my second time they gave me those temporary licenses, and it says here that it is valid without a photo card, and they are valid for 90 days, because in 90 days they will send you those driving licenses. And here it is just a number, my name, and the date of expiring. So that is pretty much it, what I wanted to tell you about my own experience. I believe there will be part 2 of this video, because I am still in the process of getting my G2 or G full, and I will tell you about this for sure. And also what I want to tell you about, I have launched my own club, which called the Practice of Big Happiness Club, and we meet every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daytime, and we just learn more about that coaching part that I had in my video. And if you are interested, please email me, and I will set my email on the description here. Even if you are watching this video anytime, probably we still run this club, and I invite you to join me there, because my mission as a coach is to transform people's mind so they will live, work and study in the place of their dreams. And if you are interested in this, please email me and I will tell you how to join my club. Thank you so much for joining me today in this video. If you like this video today, I will invite you to hit the like and subscribe button below and support me, because that is my first videos and I really hope that you enjoy them. If you have any comments, questions, please let me know in the comments below, and also share your experience, share how you have gone through your driving tests here in Canada, because every time you share, lots of people over there benefit from that. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.